Today, I'd like to talk about the role of the reliability engineer. Before I do that, I would like to talk about the Gemba of maintenance. I have talked about it many times before, and this is the level of the organization I call the front line of maintenance. And it's very important to understand that that's where everything happens. That's where everything happens. All the plans you have, all the ideas you have as a manager has to be executed on this level. So who are they? Or who are these functions? Well, we have planners, and planners are supposed to plan. And many times they don't because they are not allowed to plan, but that's another story I've talked about in other videos. They are also frontline leaders, supervisors or team leaders, whatever name you have of them. They are often the people who will schedule the work for at least weekly and daily. And they work very closely with the planners, of course. It's also the MOCs, which are the maintenance operations coordinators. And some of you call them filters. That's where all work should come to in each production area. So in each production area you have one MOC, and that's where all the work requests goes. And this person will then finalize those work requests and send them to a planner or sometimes to a supervisor depending on your organization. And then they are of course the operators and the craftspeople, the maintenance technicians who are supposed to do the job. And then we also have the reliability engineers. I like to include them in the front line of maintenance. So what are their roles? What are they supposed to do? And I talk about in an industrial existing organization, not the part where a reliability engineer is normally involved in designing and specifying new equipment, but more what is the daily work of a reliability engineer. And as always, I like to simplify it. Simplify, simplify, simplify. That's an important message. Don't complicate too much because we talk about people. So what are the roles of the role of the reliability engineer? Many of them come out of school. And they have learned everything about Weibull diagrams, reliability block diagrams, calculations, and many other things on reliability. Not often very practical examples on design and so forth. And I talk with many of them and ask them, so what were your expectations and how do they compare to what you actually are doing? And many of them say, well, we do everything. We really are not involved in what we thought we would be involved in. Well, anyway, that's an observation from me. So what are the roles? I would say number one, they should work on prevent or maintenance prevention. And what would that include? That would include to set up processes and train people in how to set up a lubrication program, figure out what is applicable to do fixed time maintenance on. That's not many things where that is validated. But where it is validated by the fact that you know the distribution of failures and other things, and there is no way of doing root cause and no condition monitoring on these, that's where it's valid. And it can also be to teach people how to operate equipment, setting up filtration standard, precision alignment, and many other things. That is what I include in that. The next step is find. I call it just find. That means they should set up systems and procedures for finding failures and finding failures early. And that would include, of course, predictive maintenance tools like vibration analysis, oil sampling, wear particle analysis, and many, many other methods. And also, of course, look, listen, feel, smell type of smart inspections. So it's condition monitoring. And then the third part could be under the headline analyze. That means that they would be the people who set up the triggers for what to do a root cause problem elimination exercise on. So that is where they should spend their time, in these three fields. And about perhaps 30% on prevent, 30% on finding failures, and 40% of their time to analyze and improve. And you can, of course, read much more about this in my latest book, Knocking Boats. Thank you for today.